Hello, greetings. All right, this is Christmas. Still, happy holidays. Um, so I went to see Star Wars, which had a lot of good Force stuff in there, Force magic stuff. The movie is kind of wasted they wasted the Emperor. But anyway, um, and I saw Richard Jewell, which was really good. It's not for everybody. You can watch on Netflix or something. It's not that important. But it is pretty good. I'm gonna go. And I saw a review about Cats, and I'm gonna have to go see that now. Fuck it, fucking Cats. I'm gonna go see that this weekend. I guess I should have saw that today, but oh well. Freaking Cats. It's a psychedelics, story that makes no sense, and just whatever. It'd be a good one. I might as well. I'm seeing the theater. Might as well. I get a good laugh at least. I did an earlier video today about about Richard Jewell, and yeah, he was just here because he died at age 44. So he didn't, he lived a pretty quiet life, but yeah, he learned obviously a lot about the government. I think he just shined a light on the corruption, and he went through hell to do it. And yeah, I mean, he was a hero one day, and then the villain the next a long time, like 12 weeks. And the reporter, the female reporter, I guess, because the movie kind of, first off, having that movie during the holidays is going to be a big blockbuster anyway. I'm surprised it got to the theaters because it had Clint Eastwood connected to it. I see why, but that was about terrorism and stuff. So it's something you want to see on a holiday, or at all for that matter. But yeah, I guess the controversy about the journalist, the female journalist that got a tip from the FBI that she was sleeping around to get her stories, which it's not like she's going to write in a diary, yeah, I just screwed this person. I wouldn't doubt it. And with the government, the government, I guess the media and the government pretty much the same thing. With the media trying to clear her name and trash the movie really rammed into the government and the media. It really kind of bashed both of them. So, they're nitpicking about nothing. It's fiction. Nobody really knows. I wouldn't be surprised she did that. And who cares? But the movie did a real good of depicting how corrupt the government is, how corrupt the FBI is, and how corrupt the media is. How they spin everything, they put fiction out there, and they're doing it today. So it's like a little movie that got buried, but has a lot of truths in it. And it's just the media just execute whoever they feel like what they're doing with Trump, with the impeachment situation, shows how corrupt the government is, and the media, how corrupt both of them are. This whole thing is just a joke. So, because anyway, so I had a lot of good, it's just a little movie that got pretty much ignored. Not to see it, you have to run out and go see it. But it has a lot of points there that it's not going to be for everybody. It was really good. So, for having something like that be made is a risk, and just, I'm glad it was made though. You don't see stuff like that, and with Clint Eastwood is like, what, 90 years old almost? Holy, his stuff gets better and better. I didn't see his last one, but I've seen a couple of them his later years, and they're great. I think it was the Letters from Iwo Jima or something that bore the hell out. I don't remember anything. It was so boring. What was it? The other one was I can't. The boxer one, whatever it was, that was really good. That one sucked, and that was good, but it was million dollar baby, I think. Yeah, that sucked. So, Enough about that. But well, yeah, back to the Richard Jewell thing. It was pretty, some good hard truths there. Just back in the '70s, they used to make that stuff all the time. Well, not all the time, but like Network, the movie Network. I mean, back in the '70s, they really go into life stuff, and nowadays I don't know what. I mean, they do it sort of, but they used to talk about controversial stuff and bringing it to light. Oh well, you never know. Okay, so today, yeah, it's kind of like going to be a little bit all over the place. That's about 9:45. So, the thing about contracts, like with football players and those in movie stars, like they sign their life away. This is brought up to me about just how those contracts that they sign, depending on like the NFL, is kind of like, yeah, it's kind of like, I want to say it's almost like selling your soul in some ways, depending on the contract. And it's an astral contract, it's a soul contract here, and it can change a person, like a movie star. Like if they, can't, they get like physically changed over time. Now they might do that themselves, or you know, or get pressured into it for roles, things like that. I mean, Tom Cruise is going in the 60s, and he doesn't look it. Looks like a plastic face, sort of. But yeah, it's like the Hollywood system kind of owns you and changes you and transforms you. And now it's doing more physically. Now it can alter you through cosmetics, which is, yeah. So, and it's just, power grab. It is a contract here and an astral to, obviously put in the version of human that people, to sell that type of a propaganda person, you can say, to sell a certain type of message. So you can say that, we're just talking about Hollywood right now. A lot of those souls that take on those, like a Hollywood contract, obviously before they incarnated, they already made it, sort of. I mean, they can change their mind when they incarnate here. They can say no. Probably most of them don't, but a lot of them. I mean, because of the money, and they change when you incarnate here. You don't have to say yes to anything. You just say no to no to all that. And just go live a normal whatever the hell you want, or you can sign up for it and get all juiced up. So it might enhance their lives. It might backtrack them. It's another version of test. You give them all that money, and it really does add to your ego. It's like, here's a bunch of power, kind of like a cop. What are you going to do with it? And they use you, and they abuse you however they want to, basically trigger you, possibly. Um, like Britney Spears, she went against the program and shaved her head and went nuts. So I would say, seeing there are all these different contracts are all different, obviously. Actually, Netflix is doing one on that what's his name? The NFL guy that killed somebody or killed a couple people and then killed himself in jail. Hernandez, I forget his Hernandez. I think it's that. I'm not sure, but yeah, programming gone wrong. I mean, he thought he was God basically, and his mind was altered. It's kind of like a super soldier type of thing going on there. It is kind of like yeah. I don't know how they're doing it, but they're doing it. I think they do it through college, depending on because somehow they do it. I don't know if you want to know how they do it. I mean, who knows? They might just show up physically, keep him knocked out, do something to him. I know it sounds weird, and then leave. You never know. I mean, how do we know? You never know. I mean, we know aliens are here. They can come out and do stuff. They can make appearances here. Why don't you have a super soldier doctor show up and just super soldier you, and didn't disappear. I mean, anything's possible. I mean, people got abducted from aliens all the time. They got true stories about having their hybrid kids and having some strange sexual connection with reptilians. There's a whole documentary on that or something like that. Always this lady had a fancy about it. So anyway, I think I was going to do a video on that one, but I kind of forgot for obvious reasons. But either way, yeah, I mean, anything's possible. It's weird, but I guess you have to slowly start accepting the bizarre. Um, Anything's possible. Yeah, I mean, you might put some crazy idea out there, and you never know. You might have a thought of it or something. Who knows? I mean, it's like the crazier it is, probably the more true it is. So, like how these football players look, even these actors look kind of, you know, pumped up for some kind of, like altered. So, who knows? Anything's possible. Obviously through the drug, through drugs and whatever else they're pumping into them. But there's most likely there's another. I mean, if you really want to take it to a whole new level of bizarre, I mean, yeah, the Earth is like a science lab anyway, right? When you connect to the aliens, so I mean, we talk about the secret space program, bringing that up again. Anything's possible. So, I mean, just because we think it's crazy, we instantly shut it down. But now people are channeling aliens. Of course, they've been channeling for a long time. We're not even taking it a little more seriously. And know they can make an appearance anytime they want here. I mean, they can still show themselves and be in the fourth dimension and not get pulled into our stuff. They can still make appearances. Greys have done it, as have been reports, and reptilians have done it. So I believe they can show up here physically and not get affected by. We might feel some of their energy, but I don't think they get too affected by it. I don't know if it's called go down to third dimension. They just have a way of keeping the fourth dimension energies. I don't think once you go up there, you can't really come back. You can, but they're kind of programmed and prepared for it. They're prepared to move into third dimension and go back to fourth or use a technology or whatever it might be. So anything. So no, yeah, anything's possible. I imagine a lot of them do use technology. It's probably the safest. But some of them can use their own energy and appear in third dimension and then go back into fourth very easily. So there's all various different things. So, but yeah, these contracts people sign is, even like for Facebook, like they had to sign that to make Facebook come to life. And I guess you can say in the terms of service, what we are signing up for when we use Facebook, stuff like that. Who knows what the hell we're signing up for, obviously, right? So it's a contract to learn through Facebook, and there's astral contracts too. So it's a little bit of everything. But once like these celebrity, like an NFL player signs this stuff, like I would say maybe through like if it's like a 7-year contract or something, it's probably true. Maybe it's longer, maybe not. Depends. Meaning that it might say 7 years, but it might be more than that. Meaning like astrally or something like that. Who knows? And if they go against it depends on player to player. Like if you're a hot, like Tom Brady is very Illuminati, program, at least for now. I mean, I think he's pretty old. He looks pretty altered in his own way. So it's like everybody hates him probably, or probably I could sense envy or something like that there. But he's a superstar that people put their eyes on as, I don't know, as the go-to person of what to grow up as. And you have these kids that go to football and they want to grow up like them. Oh, give me a contract, let me sign it. Who knows what the fuck you're signing on that? Obviously, if you need the job, you're going to do it anyway. But it's like an astral. Who knows? If you go against it, I don't think many football players really go against it, even actors, unless they start going crazy somewhere. Obviously, Tom Brady's been doing pretty good. I mean, yeah, he's running that coach that was kind of shady, which shows the whole thing is kind of shady. Obviously, they keep it all, hidden for obvious reasons. So, it's see, obviously the NFL, I mean everything, all entertainment obviously is to keep us, you know, in a trance for now at least. Everything, I mean, even yeah, I went to Universal, it's all keeping in a trance, a third dimensional trance. So, you want to learn about breaking out of the matrix and all of that. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's just a gradual process of where you are as a person. Of you don't rush it. Rushing it gets you nowhere. But you can rush all you want. But you're probably, I mean, who knows? Do what you got to do. But it's like a gradual process. It's like the more that you are, you know, it has to do with self love. Like you're pretty good with yourself. You obviously want improvements. There's always going to be, there's always going to be something. But for the most part, you're good with who you are. You're not, addicted to anything that's freaking crazy. Like you're not going freaking nuts. But if you're cool, like if you do have an addiction, you're still on a level, on a balance. That's if you're on addiction and you're just like all over the place. Fuck. I mean, everyone's addicted to something, or whatever. You have a balance. You're balanced. Let's put it that way. And then 4D energies do come in. Of course, I'm probably preaching to the choir. A lot of people already know this, but it happens gradually on its own. And you kind of see through the matrix over time. This is what they're telling me. It depends on where you're at. And the aliens will come through if they need to. Yes, they're part of the matrix to keep us, we chose this. So they want to make sure that we don't break through it too soon. We're not ready. Break through it too soon. And you see reptilians shape shifting and you see ships and it's like, oh, I can't handle this. As cool as it might be, it's usually for the people who are not ready for it for obvious reasons. But, it is for an awakening of some kind. But say like you do break down and you do see a ship or something and you do have, because I know there's lost time a lot. I believe it happens every day. We just don't remember it. I believe they cut through our timelines a lot. It's just something I don't think about for obvious reasons. Meaning that say like you're living a normal day, going to work, go home, you feel like going somewhere different, and maybe you drive somewhere strange or see a ship or something. It's like, wow, it's really happening. And then they cut that they can cut that out. I know it sounds weird, but I think they can. Well, I know they can. Now, how much they do that every day, I don't know, but or see a ship or see a being or see whatever, and they blink that in our minds, and they kind of put it like a cutting a movie. You don't notice it. You cut your life where you don't notice things. Something like that. Now, if anybody believes that or not, it's up to you. You don't mean you have to have a sense of lost time. I would even say when you see when you see angel numbers like 911 or 333, there's also a possibility that you had some kind of, intervention before that or after that, where they came to you, possibly. It's not something that's going to make it easy to tap into. Some people have it 4 or 5 times a day, meaning that they do have spirit intervene somehow. It doesn't mean you have to see an alien being, but there is a splice in your reality. Yeah, think of your life as a movie. Like movies have edits, right? They edit the movie, put it together. Your life has that too. I know it sounds really out there, but this isn't I mean, there is a matrix here, is for our learning and all of that. You'd be surprised. I believe it does happen in some shape or form. Doesn't mean it happens every day, but some people, it's made where you don't remember anything. But if you see a synchronicity, like of numbers, like 911, like somebody mentioned 911, and I saw 911 after they, like another day, I saw it when I was answering their question. I said, wait, that's weird. So there's synchronicities. Basically cuts in your reality somewhere, somehow, it's there, but it's cut where you don't notice it. So, like when you go to sleep, who knows? You might have got up, did who knows what, and you went back to bed, and they cut that part when you're just waking up. It's like, oh, I'm awake. So, who knows? I mean, they're not gonna really show it to you. It's not an out of body experience. It's just it's like a life cut or something like that. I don't know how I've talked about this in the past. I don't talk about it very often. They've had a channeling, I think, at one of the parks actually, where it can happen many times a day. So anything's possible. I haven't really experienced something like that to remember it. But like when people get abducted and stuff, a lot of that stuff's erased. So life or everyday life stuff can be erased easily also. So either way. So it sounds out there, but not necessarily. So let's see here. For life, so see if there's a message about Christmas or anything, or about the holiday, or another thing about holidays, like today, I feel like I'm drained. I did a lot of stuff yesterday, more than I realized. Just too much. So today was like a laid back day for good reason. And about firing your guides. I mean, it's up to you. If you get in a situation where you feel like you need to do a clearing, when you feel it's necessary, it's not gonna hurt anything. I mean, I did a spirit guide. I mean, I've done spirit guide firings a lot. I got one where I was in a car and I forgot what was going on because I felt guys are pissed off at me. I mean, I was at a green light, but I didn't know, because when I was coming, I had to actually wait for them to come by so I could turn, but I wasn't really thinking, or I forgot what it was, but anyway. So some of them can be kind of a pain getting rid of them. But obviously, we're not here to know everything. Let it flow. Obviously, all of us want information now. We want patience is the worst thing. Patience is the biggest key to this incarnation. For many, it's patience. I mean, it's like a lot of things are worth waiting for. Things when you get spiritually aware, you remember lifetimes when things happen instantly. And this is a world. I believe that the number one lesson on this world is patience. The number one thing here, and the hardest one to learn. Of course, losing a child is that's probably number one, actually. Of course, you have starvation. But patience is right up there still. Of course, losing a limb. Okay, whatever. AIDS. Okay, go on and on with that. But patience is still, however you want to look at it, is the hell beast. Yeah, you can see these people like, was it Billy Joel? He drank, what was it? Nothing was going right in his life. And he drank, he's like super Illuminati. He drank bleach. He went to the hospital. They cleared him out, and then he got like a record deal or something like that. After he told the universe, like, "Screw you, I'm gonna kill myself." And then things started working out for him. I don't recommend any of that. Because how many people have done that and then nothing worked? Yeah, I don't recommend. I think it was bleach. I think it was something that's gross. It's not. So what I mean? You hear this stuff, and you think it's gonna happen to you, and it's crap. So either way, patience is still one of the major league lessons here. It's patience is like get more control over your reality, which is not easy. and of yourself, it's kind of like it's like not for example, it's kind of like a timeline. Like you want a relationship or something, and you see it, you can feel it like an astral, or you know something's there. But it's kind of like seeing chocolate or something at a store, but it's behind a window, and you don't have any money to get it. It's kind of like I want to break that glass and get it. Of course, I guess you could, but or you just you sit there and you desire something, um, or you know somebody and things aren't working out. You have to wait forever for it to work out, or whatever you want to call it, or for a job, or even college, you have to study for that for a long time. But at least with that, you're in some kind of motion. But a lot of times it's just waiting. It's a lot of times you just wait, just wait, and you got to figure out how we're going to do it your time, or we're going to do it yourself, and not really concentrate on the waiting and just concentrate on yourself, which is the hardest thing ever. Is concentrate because you're actually opening up new talents within yourself. It's like you're waiting for this relationship that might take like 10 years to happen, or 5 years, or whatever it might be. Work on your talents and develop yourself. Don't wait yourself. Wait, you can choose to wait and drive yourself crazy. I mean, or you can choose yourself and obviously continue to wait, but develop yourself more, which is a hell of a thing to learn. It's like, ugh. So obviously not everybody's here to learn that, but quite a few are, or majority of people are. Well, it depends. Because in spirit you get everything instantly. As an alien being, you get everything instantly. And here, well, as an alien being, they still have to wait. They have to wait for us to get our act together. So they get all crazy and paranoid too, because we're driving them nuts. Either way, let's see here. I don't really have any predictions for next year. Just I don't feel like that's necessary. Just be yourself. More people are going to find themselves in a spiritual. There's so many different layers of spirituality. Of you get to the ego point, then you're better than everybody, and then you get out of that eventually. Then you want love for others, but then you don't give love to yourself. And then you wonder what to believe and what not to believe. And I think in the long run, it doesn't really matter what you believe. Some like to control information. Of course, there are some that are channeling beings that are kind of questionable. But some people need to learn to that questionable being. And what can you do? I mean, it's like a alien being that's really dark, and people love it. It has a lot of views. You get like 500, 600,000 views, and all right, whatever. That's what they need. It gives them this crazy, astral story or whatever alien story, and it's like nothing you can prove. So it's just, add the fantasy of it. I mean, I believe most of the aliens are making sure that we stay stable. It's up to us to go crazy, and we can drive them crazy easily. I mean, they try to work. By the way, we all have aliens assigned to us, helping us somewhere. If they're off, I mean, obviously they're off planet, but some of them are here, and just to make sure that we stay on our path. Doesn't mean they're spying on us, but they are keeping an eye on us in some shape or form, that we complete our mission here, whatever it might be, because we asked them to assist us. So it doesn't mean you have to. I don't know. Some people might be able to tap into them. I mean, they can appear here in the physical. It is a big deal. Even I believe even angels can do that too. That would scare the shit out of people. But they have done obviously in the past. They do it now too, I believe. I'm kind of waiting for that. I had a story ages ago. There was a lady at a psychic or witch shop, psychic shop. Her what was it? She's an older lady. Her daughter is like in her 20s. Had a dirty mouth, and so the mother was at a beach walking. It's like, oh, my daughter's going to go to hell. She's been thinking that for a while. She was at a beach walking, and then this guy came to her just out of nowhere. I said, don't worry, she's not going to go to hell for thinking the way she is. The dark ones, they're the ones that go to hell or wherever. And then she's like, "Oh, that came out of nowhere. Thank you." I guess she turned and walked, and then she went back. He was gone. That was neat. So I think that's pretty important. So if anybody, yeah, I've not recently, but that is pretty significant. I told you how I believe that was an angelic being that came to her. But yeah, you can be minding your own business, walking in a busy area, whatever. Anybody can come to you. Now, most likely you'll know, alien being or whatever. And I believe you will just know. I think it's a dark being because I believe they get into your energy source where they just there have a conversation and then let you be, you know, and it's at a positive level. You'll just know. Now some people might have all these weirdos coming to them. Well, that's your deal. But that's something I've been looking at, not recently, but kind of just doing my own thing. And it's like I know they can appear to me anytime they want. I'm kind of prepared for it mentally if it ever does happen. And it never really has happened, at least that I remember. And I've had an alien being talk to me through energy, through like a dimension. You can feel it just for a couple seconds. Of course, you have channelings, it's a little bit different. But so, however you look at it. But yeah, you be prepared for, just mentally prepared. It's like, hey, if there's anybody out there when it says hi, you never know. I don't. I guess you prepare yourself for disappointment, but you never know. You never know. It depends on the person. Birds might show up. Who knows? Anything's possible with that. Yeah. So some people obviously can control the weather. So it's just whatever you feel you need to experience. So let's see here. All right, we'll just leave it at that. Yeah, I'm tired today. I guess I need to be an astronaut. I have to get up early tomorrow, go back to work. Ray, about an hour drive. So this has been a good weekend so far. Week holiday. Didn't get to do any questions this week or these couple of days because I gotta take a break. I gotta refuel myself. But Thursday, Friday, Saturday, webinars on Sunday, and then we'll be back to holiday mode again. So, all right, that's about it. Much love, everyone. And we have the comic that I posted. I didn't make a contact, but I'm building up on making contacts for that. So I just launched it. So even if it doesn't get funding, it's the contacts that really matter the most. It's like having a business card. And I think this is a big deal. So it's on the holiday and everything. Everybody's drunk on eggnog or something. So we'll see how things go. So, all right. Blessings, everyone. And everything should be a lot better tomorrow.